Yeah. Yeah. Bounce. Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first semi-final of the Hellcase Cup. Well, I suppose technically not the first, if this is Hellcase Cup 5, right? Oh, well, close enough. First for me, we are going to be going into what I think is probably the more exciting of the two semi-finals. I think this is going to be a very close matchup, and I'm looking forward to seeing what both these teams can actually do in this situation, how they're going to perform, the maps that are going to be coming up. Now, the first one we can already see is going to be Train, so I'm going to bring up the other two, just so you can have a little look, see where this is going to be going. And I'm actually really looking forward to this one, because Train, it's been a very good map for Imperial recently, but at the same time, Kinguin used to be very strong on this map themselves. Obviously, things have changed a little bit since they've sort of been in Pro League, and they do seem to have fallen off quite a bit. Then we go on to Cobble, which we saw yesterday from Kinguin, and they looked okay, but they were making a lot of mistakes, especially versus Pistols. And then the final map is Inferno, which has actually been, I would say, Imperial's strongest map, and one that, again, Kinguin had problems on yesterday. So either way, that's the maps, that's the game. We're straight into the pistol round. Already we can see Hyper's got himself a couple of flashbangs instead of a smoke. That's quite interesting, because a lot of the time we look at these afterplant situations, especially if we go towards B, and not having a smoke could be massive. Luckily though, they've got Mihu, and once again, as yesterday, he was a tank, and he started things off with a double kill. Yeah, this is Imperial's map pick. Either way, T-side, they now have to try and sort things out. They've still got a load of utility, and they were set up initially for this B-side. You can tell. You don't have this many nades if you're just going to be going towards A. Or, in fact, I think you'd need one more smoke if you're going towards the A side, just to have ready. So they're going to go for this bomb plant. They've got a Molotov for the after plant, and as said, there's no smoke on the CT side, so this could still work out. We might not be out of things just yet, especially if Dreamer can continue to hit shots. There's the first. Molotov's still in the hand of Bobble. He's going to hold on to that right until the last second. See what he can do. This smoke's actually quite an interesting one as well. A deep one that's allowed the T side to put, or CT side to push up a little bit. Spiro will catch one out. Bring it into a 2v4. As said, though, there's still this... Oh, wait, no, there isn't still a Molotov. There it is. It's already thrown. It's bounced onto the bomb. This is going to buy a lot of time, but there is a kit, so there should be enough time for the defusal. If they can get rid of Bubble, who's going to be spotting, needs to just kill this diffuser. That's the big thing here, but he's being shot from two different angles. Can't be done. Kinguin win themselves the pistol round, and they've started things strong on their CT side. Hey, Dixon, I'm good. How are you? I think this is going to be the better of the two semi-finals, so I'm looking forward to seeing who will actually come out on top here, because in terms of the teams in general, okay, like, if you look at sort of history, Kinguin have been, I would say, the better of the two, although I feel like the sort of bands of sorts have held Imperial back. But at the same time, Kinguin recently have been pretty poor, so we'll see what they can do. Imperial setting up over towards this B side of the map. They want a bomb plant. A second bomb plant, maybe get themselves an AWP, extra utility, and basically just pay off all of these P250s, which they've just bought into this next round. Now, there's a couple of players already set up over towards this B side of the map, and the Molotov should mean that there's no chances. They really shouldn't be able to get a bomb down from here, and it's not going to happen. Spy Leader, that's a little bit unlucky, gets a dink hit in, 1 HP for Spiro, but they keep everyone alive, and that's the most important thing. Here we go, though. Rifles. As I said, no extra bomb plant, so won't be as much utility. Spy Leader going to get himself a Galil just so they have a Molotov and an extra smoke. Yeah, 1 HP. A little bit of luck. A little bit of luck goes a long way. Then again, a P250 shouldn't be able to do that anyway. Spiro up close. Has to be careful. Mouse trying to use the smoke to his advantage, but flying on the edge of it. They should be able to see him anyway. And here we go. Quick push out. Spiro isolated in the open, but it will be a quick trade. Rallen actually with another one. He's doing great work. Doubles down, finds 2, and leaves it into a 2 versus 3. Make that only 1. Shimeda not really renowned for his clutch play. We'll see what he can do here. Gets a first. Closes down the early aggressor of Mao's. Now, the range for Hyper's not really going to be there, so that's where Shimeda can really have a big advantage. The angle being held. Hyper peeks into it. Now it's on to Mihu. Now he is normally the rock for this team, the Clutchmeister, the man who can take things home. Meta, though. Oh, he's going to play the game. Going to try and confuse his opponent. Goes back into the connector. He can go for a very open plant over on this B site. Going to just be playing patiently, watching to make sure that nobody can spot him in this situation. As I said, a very open plant. It gives him so many positions he can play, but Mihu spotted him. That's the information necessary. Goes for the first pick, peeks wide, and doesn't quite manage to finish him off. Mihu, as said, he is the rock for this team. He's the man to carry them through, and he will pick up a clutch for them. 1v1 done. It was a 1v3, so Shimeda getting a bomb plant here really isn't too bad at all. And they've made things a little bit costly. But you have to remember, Kinguin, they didn't lose anybody in that previous round. So that was more of just a, okay, let's try and make a bit of extra cash. We haven't seen the AWP, which will now be brought in. And this is sometimes where Imperial can go a little bit overboard. Now, it is a great chance to reset. Not taking that away from them. This is a brilliant chance for them to reset their opponents. But they're going to go in with another sketchy buy. And this could give Kinguin a big chance. And hello? Auto? I suppose it's train. It's definitely doable. Let's see how it works. Can Rallen show us some auto sniper techers? Push going to be coming in towards this B site. Spiro aggressive, but actually gets caught with a smoking hand. Down to just 22 HP. Manages to avoid the final bullet, but just a second in that. A second in that. However, Mao's in the meantime has found that early pick. Peak going to be coming out, but Spiro with the AWP. It doesn't matter how low he is. He's still going to find the pick. Hyper almost gets himself a kill, but Dreamer will survive. Molotov may be enough to finish him off. He's got 3 HP. He can't even take a lick of damage from these flames. And in fact, it will be the HE, but it doesn't matter. Trade back in. Couple of low players as well. Mouse goes peeking, finds the kill. Rallen still has his auto sniper, but look where Shimeda is. He almost pulled off a 1v3 in the previous round. He's going to be attempting to do it again. Or maybe not. Okay. Never mind. They're just going to defuse. I suppose just hold on to his weapon. Maybe they'll go for something else. And Spiro's going to finish him off. I feel like you have to be one or the other there. You can't be either... Like, you have to be either full in, I'm going for the kills, I'm trying to win, or I'm saving. Like, being what he did, which was, we've lost the round, and I now lose my gun? Like, why? That makes absolutely no sense. Spiro's game froze. Well, it didn't. He just killed someone. Did it freeze after he got the kill? That's very convenient. Yeah, that was a really weird decision there. But, yeah, nice start. This is the problem, though. Luckily for the T's, they do get the bomb down. Now, they can force into this. I think they probably will. It's an Imperial thing to do. Tom, is that you? No. Who's Tom? This is Jim. Oh, that was a terrible attempt at a lie. Imperial normally have a pretty strong T side, though. I am expecting them to sort of put up good stats in this game. I think they've been off to a bit of a slow start. I think getting the AWP onto Bubble could make a big difference. But that's one thing. Like, he is a very prominent AWPer. I think he's brilliant. But their force by strategy sort of takes that away from him quite often. We'll see if that will change. Hey, buddy. Hey, Cabix. How's it going? Can you say, is there any Lithuanians here? I can say it in English. If you want me to say it in Lithuanian, then no. Then again, I can't really say it. I don't think I can say anything in Lithuanian. Even though I've been there twice, I think. Yeah, once for info show and once for game on. I'm good, thanks, King. How are you? Don't start saying Kinguin again. Oh. Ugh. Like, there's already a pun there. Kinguin. They made it for you. They look like, look, UIN, it sounds a bit like win. Go there, not wing. Ugh. It's like saying win-win. Kinguin. Okay, you made it even worse. Right, so we're going to have that reset, obviously, to get Spiro his AWP back in hand. But here we go. As said, no surprise. I've looked down at my watch. Yep, it's 4 spy time. No, like, for this round, it's not the worst. The problem is... That's... Oh, yeah, of course, that's wrong. I hate that. If you reset a round, it's wrong. I'm pretty sure they had 3 players alive in the last round, so it's not really going to be building up or, like, have that much of a chance for a reset. There's enough money where they could probably force it anyway. How do you know if you won something? You go to streambonus.com and it makes a massive noise, and then you crap your pants. Hyper. How have you done this, Hyper? He's gonna get 2! That's a massive play to start off the round. If he can get away here, he's not even gonna run. He's still fighting. Hyper going balls to the wall, and it pays off. 3 kills for Hyper early in the round. Whew. Getting hot under the collar. I think I'm the one who's gonna get a little bit hyper if he continues in that sort of form. Hey, Annihilator, how are you? Madness. I think he must have just walked straight through the smoke. Now the tease. This is what I mean, though. They keep going for these 4 spies. Yes, it will continue. The loss bonus will build up, but they're just giving money now. Like, they're going to go running in. Oh, why put the auto sniper away? Come on, Marlon. I want to see some auto kills. He's got the tag. The other player's actually incredibly low from running through the molly. How? Shimeta actually gets a double. There goes the nade again. I feel like we're seeing a lot of dunks, and Shimeta will fall in the end. And that's the thing. I feel like Shimeta at the moment is the only one doing any real damage. And they just continue to force spy and force spy and force spy. And it's like, brilliant. Well done. Your Kinguin had just sat there like, 5 round start? Yep, alright. Eventually you'll get a full buy. Auto sniper is going to be saved. Money still looking fairly decent for Kinguin, and it's only going to improve as long as the rounds continue in such a fashion. P-side, as said, they're going to be forcing once again. The thing is now, okay, now the utility starts to sort of go behind them a little bit, so it makes a bit more sense. The bomb plant with max loss bonus does net you a buy, so it's a little bit more understandable. It's just the last few rounds, I would have liked to see them maybe just go for some pistols, especially because we've already seen yesterday, Kinguin aren't that great against these sort of pistol run and gun strategies. It's when they get into these sort of rounds where they're actually doing pretty well, and Spiro, hello, Roland, just get rid of it, Roland, use an AWP. Use an AWP instead. It's a burden, and here we go. The T's, they've come alive. It's all onto Hyper. He's been great so far in this game. Already finds the first. It's onto Bubble. He's gonna win it. Finally, Imperial get around, and I don't wanna play the blame game. But that auto snipe, they're gonna drop it to him. Why? Has he even got a kill with it yet? That's such a big investment. Like, that's what? He could have got 2 Famises. They could have got an M4 and a UMP. That, oh, Bubble. Too quick for you. Hyper will be able to trade. Gets himself one with the Deagle. Now, Mihu on a Deagle is normally, I would say, better than with most other guns. He's a beast, but he doesn't have a Deagle. He's got a P250, so we'll see if it's just all pistols that work for him. Rarlan has got to go big. Now, this is such a big investment now that if he does nothing with it, that was a stupid decision. Fine, if he gets 4 kills, I still don't really agree with it. I think putting all your eggs in one basket is quite a risky thing to do, especially when it hasn't been working, and he's going to go down again. Nothing done. Hyper misses the shot with the AWP. Auto sniper will be left on the floor. And yeah, this is just going to be a reset round. Mouse, I feel like he just has to try and save the gun in this situation. And Mihu, well, if he can find something to save, that would be valuable. But I don't get it. I really don't get it. If you have loads of money, well, fine, throw it in every once in a while. But that seemed like a dedicated buy. Mihu is still showing that he could just strut his stuff, no matter what the situation. Nice little shot there. You have to remember the T's have only managed to win one round with one player alive, so they want to keep the 3. The 3 is nice. The 3 is helpful. Anything less, and it's getting a little bit sketchy. Can Mihu do more damage? Almost. Shimeta actually going to just sponge that AWP shot and survive. Crash observing. Apologies. It's quite difficult to produce, commentate, and observe all at once. And I'm not really... I've never really done observing. I feel like it's just something you have to guess. And give the auto director a little bit of a shot as well. Either way, back to pistols for Kinguin. The heavy investment into the last round doesn't really pay off. The T's, they now want to earn some cash. This is where they can keep things nice and clean. They don't want to be losing too many players. If any. Nade's going to be going out. That should do a nice little dunk onto Rallen. Nice shot from Victor as well. He's just going to clean up. Leave Rallen and Hyper in an attempt to do a little bit of damage. Now, Hyper is coming in from behind, but with 5 players, you're always going to have one watching this A-main position. So, not really going to be a problem here. Hyper actually going to play this quite smart. He's going to wait for an exit. Rather than pushing around the corner, he's just going to play patient and hope that somebody comes towards him. And for him, that's actually fairly likely. In fact, there's multiple players coming in this direction. He probably won't be able to save a weapon. I feel like that would have to be an absolute miracle. But at least he can make things a little bit more costly than they already are. Because at the moment, every single player is surviving over on that T side. Not going to go pushing any further. They've not really got any reason to. But if they take a little bit of damage from the bomb, it might make things a bit more interesting. Never mind. Spy Leader is quick on the trigger. Rallen has absolutely nothing he can do in this situation. And we are... Ooh, Mihu going to go class cannon orb. Interesting. I'm wondering if he's going to go for something audacious. Upper B push would be quite nice. I feel like that could be a decent way to start. He may just go for the classic sort of connector peek. Which, well, it's likely there's going to be someone opposing him. In fact, he's just going to go running straight over onto that cross and try and find something early on. Either way, again, we're just going to see probing across the map. T-side taking control of upper B. Already got a little bit of presence over towards Ivy, but look at the CT setup over on that A side. There is nobody on Ivy. They've taken connector, or not connector, pop dog control. Got a little bit of support from Mouse, although he's left quite open. They can't really duck back, and if they take Ivy control... Oh, they've actually switched Mihu now, understandably. But this will be the jump over. They're going to try and bait it out. Set up bubble, but nice shot from Mihu. Too quick on the trigger. Even glass cannon, he's going to take him down within seconds. Minute left on the clock. T's yet to gain too much control, but Dreamer will be able to entry, and he spotted the barrel of Spiro's gun. That nade, 51 damage on an armored player. It's a tasty start, but he will still go down. Still an advantage, at least for now. Victor going to go into Pop Dog. Spiro should have heard that, although it's going to be very difficult for him to survive in this situation. The flashbang's good, but unfortunately he'll still go down. But it's only going to be a trade. Mihu only needs a leg shot here, but he's still going to take him fully fledged chest hit. Now Shimeta once again in a clutch situation. Does a bit of damage, but not enough to hold on to his life. And that'll be Kinguin. 6-3. And the T's, they've got plenty of cash. They'll be able to buy comfortably. Still with only 2 players surviving in the last round. The CT side are on the brink. Both teams, in fact, don't have the best economy in the world. A bomb plant will definitely help for the T side. For the CTs, if they lose this round, they're going to be in real trouble. Mihu hits the tag. Bubble can't really do too much about that. Mal's pushing through. That is a risky play. I would say that's a silly play to make. And now, while Mihu's left in the middle of nowhere, no man's land alone, and they've already lost 2 players. CT side, got to sort of wonder whether this is worth attempting. Spiro needs this kill, and in fact, won't be able to gather it either. And this is just swung. Not really sure what those peaks were. Me who left in the open was a bit of a questionable one, but the mouse push into pop was a level of insanity. We'll at least hold... Well, I was going to say onto 2 AKs, but it was Rarlan actually attempting to go for the bomb there. Now the money is going to be absolutely screwed. A one-and-done scenario is the worst case for the CT side. They do actually have close to enough to be able to buy into the next round, but they're going to go for it here. Pistols alongside that 1 AK. Probably drop a FAMAS or 2 if they really wanted, but... Well, not 2. A FAMAS. Even then, no, I don't think they could have done. It would have had to be a UMP, and Hyper just going to keep the extra cash and possibly use that later on. Me who goes for a Deeg, which, again, I've said in the past, he's very prolific with this gun. See what he can do in this round. Do I have a Steam account? How would I be watching this game if I didn't have a Steam account? Can you even run CS without Steam? I don't think so. Mihu's a beast. Mihu is a beast. We'll see what he can do in this round. Spiro going to go aggressive. Max 7 hits the tag, but not really anything Victor's going to worry about as of yet. Already they're going to gamble, rotate 2 players over towards this B side of the map, and that's because Rarlan's already pushed through a main. It is going to be scripted the direction here. Hyper with a nice start, takes the head off one, but it's going to be a quick trade. They need to get rid of him off this site, and they will. The only man left alive going to be down to Rarlan. Came around the corner. Shimeta, okay, easy kill for him. Rarlan has to make the decision whether it's actually worth challenging here, whether it's worth just holding on. And he is. He's just going to keep the rifle. A couple of low players as well for the T's, so they're just going to opt to run for the hills, make sure they keep all their weaponry and bubble. Well, actually, it'll be Victor to throw a molly onto the bomb, so there's no chance of any sneaky business coming out from Rarlan. He's not going for anything. Sitting in the kitchen, waiting, listening to a little bit of music. He's 6-5, so as said, after like an early start where it looked decent from the CT side, things have definitely turned on their heads. Not going to be enough money to invest too much into this next round. A few deagles. See if they can do much damage here. Here we go. Spy Leader looking to make some extra cash. Farm that money. Doing reasonably well on it. A few players better than others. Shimeta started off, I think he was the only person to really have any kills, and now the rest of his team have definitely stepped up. Doing much, much better over on this T side, and that's what I've come to expect from Imperial, if I'm honest. Hey, Klar, how's it going? I said, a little bit of investment. Rarlan has the AK still. There is a chance he could pull off a miracle. It does look like we're seeing a bit more of a setup over towards this A side of the map, but it could just be patience coming out from Imperial. Making sure that nobody can go aggressive. Waiting to see if any push will come in. Now, Mauser's already got a close range angle over towards the same main position, so if they execute late, he has a chance. Spots Shimeta, but he's not going to get anything done in that scenario. Rotation going to be in from Spiro. He's looking for a quick flank. Unfortunately, they're not really on the right side of the map at the moment. And Rarlan, again, it's sort of one of those situations where saving that AK may be more valuable than just trying to challenge versus 5 players all equipped the same or better than you are. And he's going to lose the battle to a Mac 10. That's not good enough, really. It has to be said. Me, who's going to be able to retrieve the AK, which, again, trying to keep that into the next round. Hyper and Spiro don't really have too much to lose, so looking for exits is a decent idea in this situation. Mihu should be fine. All the players going to be exiting through Ivy as well, so no real chance for any exit frags for the remaining CT players. The score's going to be equalized, so Imperial definitely making this comeback already after a 5-0 start to even things up 6-6 is pretty good for them. But finally, after a bit of a hiatus from 4-buys, something that was sort of brought on by Kinguin themselves, they are going to be able to get themselves rifles across the board. They could even have an AWP if they really wanted it. They're not. They're going to go flat rifles. Here we go. AWP on bubble once again. He's going to be going for B. The majority of players, in fact, 3 of the 4. Dream are just going to be holding for any aggression. Sparrow already taking a little bit over towards this Ivy spot, but the smoke going to be going down, and Hyper will start things off. He's playing around that smoke again. Already, though, he will be traded out. Spotted will be one. Dream is actually going to be able to retreat there. Man advantage swings in the favor of Imperial once again. Rallen left alone over towards this B side of the map. Doing okay so far. Made a few mistakes along the way, but I think one of them was actually buying that auto sniper. Really didn't see the impact. See what he can do when he has an AK in his hand. He hasn't spotted Victor, and that will be the death of him. Opens up this B site rotation. I'm not even sure it's worth it. They don't have a kit. They don't have any smokes, any utility whatsoever. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, they're just going to save their weaponry. A lot of sort of very anticlimactic rounds, it has to be said, in the last few, because Imperial have just sort of picked apart the site. They go plant the bomb, and by the time it comes back, there's no point going for a retake. And what? They've got so much money at this point. They're going to be going hunting. Shimeda already going to finish off one. Mao's the only person left alive. Will he be able to hold on to his weapon? That's the question. Hiding in the middle of the site's quite uncommon, so I don't think they're going to check this. And he will just be able to escape. Now, the money, it's starting to build up off loss bonus, but I think, again, they should just go for some pistols. Investing into the next round would be highly risky. Missed shots, but Shimeda doesn't actually know where it's coming from. Very even. Actually in the whole game, really. Mihu's been the one leading the charge, but it's gone a little bit quiet in the last few rounds. Only going to invest into a P250, which makes me think he might be going for an AWP. Which, again, is quite peculiar, because it is normally Spiro and then Rallen as the secondary AWP. Mihu is not normally the AWPer for this team, so maybe it's just because it's Train. It's a bit of a weird one. B side. Try and open up this B side once again. Hey, Athar. Yeah, I remember because I tried to call you Arthur yesterday. I'm good, thanks, Jeffrey. Yourself? Hyper, waiting up close. What can he do with the Deagle? He gets himself one. Looks for the AK. Spins around. It's actually Mihu to save him for a second, but he goes down anyway. How does Mihu get that kill from there? The P250 is nuts, but not as good as Dreamer and Bubble. Quickly clean things up once again. Spiro going to be rotating back in. Peeks out, and Bubble finishes him off without too much hassle. 8 rounds now for the T side, winning 8 of the last 9. Now we leave the best case scenario for Kinguin as an 8-7. Really wish we'd seen some sort of pause or some slowdown or something at least. They bring in the double AWPs, and actually Mihu has now gone for a rifle, so from AWP, they're just getting all that extra utility. I'm surprised he didn't invest a little bit more maybe into a Deagle in the last round, but who knows. Rallen, there we go. No auto sniper this time. It only takes 1 bullet to finish things off, but he may get caught with a nade in his hand. Victor gonna go hunting and takes his head clean off, but look at the position of Hyper. He's been sneaky once again. He's in behind them. They don't know he's here. They go pushing all the way down to the other side, but he misses the shots, and that's a crucial kill not to get. Even just waiting patiently could have been enough to try and do some damage, but it is into a 3v3. Mihu evens things up once again. Shimeda gives the man advantage back to the T's. There's got to be a fight here because the CT side, while there is no rebuy in the next round, it is the pistol. The last round of the half, they're trying to clear out angles. They don't even know that Shimeda's in behind them. Sprays down one, switches to the Tech 9. Mihu gonna survive on just 19 HP, but it doesn't even matter at this point. The bomb's going off. He hasn't done it. It will be 9-6. Mihu just gonna take one to pad his stats a little bit more, but will be worthless in the end. A very impressive comeback. 5-0. All the way back to 9-6. Imperial going for some riskier force buys in the early rounds, but they did manage to keep the economy low of Kinguin enough that they go for some force buys. You remember me from Lithuanian casting? Wow. That feels like such a long time ago. I suppose it's only like a year and a half. Those events were fun. CT side with Kevlar alone. No kit. No smoke with the kit. And utility setup for this T side. Now the Molotov again. We've seen this used for after plants time and time and time again. And because there's no smoke, it could be really valuable. He's going to go pushing in. It's actually going to be over towards this A side of the map, though. At least the start. Molotov could be used for a connector rotation. The smoke going to go down. Push coming in. Victor still up high. May catch them off guard. They don't seem to have spotted him as of yet, but he still goes down. Mihu with the double already finds himself 2 kills. He has been the man leading the charge for his team, but Mouse will be able to leave it into a 4v2. Bubble looking for one back, but he's not hitting the shots, and they don't have a kit. They've got to find these kills very quickly, and it is not happening. Dreamer alone. He gets himself one. But as I said, he has to move exceedingly fast, and once again, it's Mihu to start things off with a pistol round. Kinguin now taking both pistols. Now, for any of you who are taking quite a bit of Counter-Strike, if you win both pistols, you should be winning the game. That is pretty much the way that this goes. The fact is that even if they win all the follow-up rounds, it's still going to be even when the buy comes back in. But there is a chance to farm up a little bit of extra cash, get themselves rolling, get some confidence brewing for the rest of the team, because, well, it has been the Mihu show for a lot of this ride. Hyper had an aggressive round in upper B that was pretty good. Roland started strong. That's the first, but actually loses the battle with Victor. Now, there's nobody there to trade. That weapon is for the taking. He has one of the only AKs. Dink going to come in. A team Dink, in fact, but Mihu just finishes off 2. Spray going to be coming in from Mao's, lowers Shimeda down to just 1 HP. What can Dreamer do? Nice one tap. Hello. Another from Shimeda. He may have 1 HP, but he's still doing damage. And now things get a little bit worrying. Hyper, is the spot check? No, it's not. That should be the round. If Shimeda clutches this with 1 HP, I think Kinguin should just disconnect from the server. That would be an atrocious mistake. Stop saying win-win. It's horrible. Shimeda, I think he's decided that it's not worth it in this situation. 1 HP, he would have needed an absolute miracle. Got to be careful he doesn't stub his toe on the way back to his hiding spot or fall down the ladder. Which German team? Probably Maus. If you count them as German, they have a German player. If you're talking about German teams, there is only one. Could be big, but if you mean like organizations, then I think probably Maus. Yeah, it's not really a German team. Not really any investment available this time for CT side. Kinguin going to buy a couple of extra SMGs to try and make themselves some extra cash. Pharaoh with the trusty MAC-10, or was with the trusty MAC-10. He's already dead. Shimeda making some more cash for himself. With that UMP, he's actually getting up to the point where they may be able to afford a double AWP setup going into their first buy round, which would definitely be a little bit interesting. Not something I expect to see, but it will at least be extra utility. CT side, not really worth saving a lot of the stuff. Maybe the UMP on Shimeda if he's going to play somewhere aggressive. But he might as well just try and make a little bit of extra cash. And while Spy Leader's going to earn $600 off the back of the kill on Mouse. So this isn't really too bad around. He is actually going to save this. So clearly they feel it is necessary. Maybe they'll have him either close B or over towards Pop. Or they could just chuck it to whoever is playing those positions, because it is still a viable weapon close range. The nerf on the range of this gun has definitely helped balance it a little bit. I'm glad, because otherwise it was just BS. There was no other way of saying it. It was just a load of rubbish, but here we go. Bubble on the AWP. Spiro will have one on the other side. UMP on either team. The utility definitely favoring the T side, but the CTs haven't done too badly, considering in a first buy round, you normally don't have too much whatsoever. Thank you, Maruna. That name's difficult. I'm sorry, I'm a potato, but thank you very much either way. 9-9. Is there an argument about whether someone is DMG or not? Me ruin. Okay. Me ruiner. Okay. I probably still said it wrong, but B side taking control around that A site. The setup looking inevitable. You better be careful, guys. This guy might not be DMG. Be careful. It's the weirdest thing ever to, like, you're not DMG. Even if he is, it's not impressive. No offense. No one ever says it right. Okay, good. Start, though. Shimeda, he does the work. Goes for a repeat and gets the second as well. Shut down in the pop dog. Bomb going to be dropped so far away from the remaining T players that, well, good luck, guys. They're betting on Mihu. And he's going to start things strong. Victor around the corner is already low on HP, but they've only got 30 seconds. They've got to get moving. They need to be quicker than this. Sonic may not even be this fast. Peek out doesn't work, and Spiro. Where did that shot even go? Through the legs? Seems like it. Bronze Elite. I think they should, like, go lower and just have, like, I'm mahogany. I'm birch tree. Just get, like, really imaginative with the ranks. Just so when you get lower, you don't feel so bad. I'm below silver 1. I'm a mahogany 3. Well, I'm oak 7. Oh, you could be called, like, Professor Oak. Okay, enough of me just making stuff up. T-side, they force back into this one, but they don't have a lot of cash, so they're just going to run and gun and try and get it done. Shimeda waiting patiently for the push to be coming in. Mouse, is he going to check the angle? No, he is not. He's dead, and Mihu's been spotted as well. But it doesn't matter if you spot Mihu. You have to deal with him. He's going to find one back. 4v4. Shibero very low on HP, but it's not mattering if Mihu is on fire. He's still going. Bomb's been planted, but now he gets finished off. Now let's see if the prophecy is true. No Mihu, no round win. Will it occur? Will the rest of the team be able to hold on? The answer is not looking good at the moment. It's all on to Roland. He's got great positioning, though. Will they expect it? No, they won't. He picks off one, but Bubble has the AWP. He's just going to hold it. Balls of Steel going for the defuse, and he finishes him off anyway. Bob's going to be defused, and just by the skin of their teeth, Imperial will win the round. Holy cow. He's already had 10 kills in this second half. 2 kills around for Mihu at the moment. Holy bejesus. That is nuts. For them to win, he's going to need about 40. Even then, it's going to be close. T-side have forced again. Came down to just one player, so it's understandable. They have a chance to reset them. It's going to be a push into the B site. Dreamer playing as far back as possible, and Mihu is dead, but Rarlan will be there to trade. Molotov going to go down to try and deny the bomb plant, and it should be successful, but missed shot. Rarlan's woken up. Someone's giving him a coffee. Whatever's happened, it's worked. He's just hit another through the smoke. Rarlan has been activated. They've yelled the secret word into his ear. He's found 3 kills in this round, and Spiro will be there to support. Kinguin bounce back. It will be 10 to 11, and now, well, the money gets sketchy. CT side, they have enough to buy in the next round, so they're not going to risk it. A calm Imperial. They're going to play this a little bit chill. Go for some P250s. 2 kills or more. Beautiful. Perfect. And they'll be happy with this. Thank you, Grabik. I've worked a long time with this, I'll be honest. There was one day I woke up and I had it. I was fairly happy with it. Imperial, they'll drop 1. They didn't quite get to 2. They got close. They were 1 away, for those of you who are advanced in maths as I am. The 1 and 1 was 2. Took me a long time to learn that as well. Here we go, 11-11. The round that didn't particularly matter. He's up to 28 now. 30 bomb within 23 rounds. Can he do it? Mr. Mihu. We'll start things off, but it's a quick trade. The aggression sort of paying off. Now, in a normal scenario, when you'd look at it and go, okay, 4v4, that benefits the Ts. But there's very little utility on the CT side, so they need to do something audacious. They need to take the fight to the T players, shut them down before they can execute, because they've got nothing to stop them. Now, Victor has spotted out Hyper. Hyper has not spotted out Victor, so he's going to be going down back to a 4v3. The aggression working out at the moment for the CT side. Mihu going to be attempting to take control of Ivy. Find much as of yet. Goes for the pre-fire, but there's nobody there. In fact, interesting position from Spy Leader. Looking back towards Ivy. Now, they've got under a minute on the clock now. So they do have to make a decision. They're hoping that Rarlan can find something with the AWP, but the missed shot going to be helping him too much. Smoke goes down, but not really sure how that benefits them, though. Shimeda will get 1. Rarlan's managed to trade things back. The rotation will be coming in. He's still trying to sneak forward. There's still 2 players here, and Spy Leader's found another one. It's all on to Rarlan. 25 seconds to go. Gonna retrieve the bomb. If he's going to the B site, he's gonna have to run like the wind. And already, Victor, he's thought of this. He's like, you know what? We're not falling for that, Rarlan. I'm gonna be ready and waiting to finish you off. 12 to 11. The bounce back occurs. The T's last couple of rounds have been pretty good, so they're going to have plenty of cash. East side just with AKs. Could have gone for an AWP, decided against it. Double nade in, already damaging Hyper low. Shimeda waiting, sprays wild and doesn't manage to take anybody with him. It's going to come down to his teammates once again. Spy Leader finds 1, but it's trades across the board and the T's have come out on top. The 12-12 looking ever more likely, and the CT economy just not there to be able to rebuy. They need to do something in this scenario. Bubble. He'll get 1. Peek out from Dreamer won't achieve anything, so it's all onto the AWP for Imperial. A 3 versus 1 should never happen on the A site. There's so many good after plant positions. The bomb's planted open as well. Flashbang comes in, but he still gets it! Goodbye, Spiro. Goodbye and good night. Rarlan should be able to finish him off. I'm scared to say it anymore. Surely Bubble can't. There's no way. There's no way the Bubble can survive. Okay, thank God. AWP saved. Remaining 2 players for Kinguin will live on. CT side, will they force, though? That's the real question. Yes, they will. They're going to try and break them straight back. Good night, sweet prince. Let's see if they can make this work. Humana actually only has a P250. Where's the extra money gone? Dropped a couple of pistols maybe so they can get some kits. They've actually got 2 kits in this scenario. So that could be reasoning behind it. Keys are playing very slow. They do not want to give anything away. They do not want to hand a weapon over to Imperial. They should know by now that there is only pistols in this round. Humana are going to be playing very close. Nade. Ooh, there's no way to avoid that. 50 damage, half HP. "45 seconds on the clock." Already, though. There goes Shimeta. Not expecting much from him. Didn't have any armor. Ryan gave it over to his other teammates. While Victor, Spy Leader, they managed to find 2. They're looking for a little bit more. They're looking for a lot more, in fact. Spam away. Victor gets another. Looking for his 3rd, but he can't quite connect. It's down to a 2 versus 2. No weapons picked up yet. Bubble waiting. Round the corner. Sprays away. Hyper on 1 HP. Dreamer, you've got a massive chance to do this now. 1 versus 2. He's going to go peeking round. Mihu's low as well. 1 HP is all that remains for Hyper. He's got to hit the headshot, and he's been spotted as well. They know exactly where he is, and there's only 10 seconds. He's got to go for the plant. There's no choice here. It's not a fake. Dreamer knows roughly where he is, and it's the shot as well. It's pistols for Imperial. They're going to go and retrieve that AWP, and Kinguin, what have you done? Pause called in for Imperial. They're going to try and stop this backwards and forwards momentum. They're going to let Kinguin stew their mistakes. 13 to 12. Money will allow them. Could even go for an AWP. Then again, a couple of AKs may be the better decision. They can afford it. I don't think they can. They'd have enough for 1. If they save here, extra 1900 will give them all the money they desire. But with only 1 player surviving for Imperial, it might give them a little bit of a push to try get themselves that reset. And I think that's probably what they should do. They're going to want to invest in this round. See what they do. We'll see the decision. There we go. Straight away. Not even having to think about this. Mouse is going to go for the AWP. Now, I don't know. Like, if I go in order of, like, AWPers for this team, it goes Spiro, Ralan, Mihu, then probably Mouse. I never get, like... I never get this weird mentality of just, like, who buys it, keeps it. Like, that I've never understood that. I don't care if you bought it. Give it to someone who can AWP. Give it to the better AWPer on the team. We'll see. Maybe Mouse is going to just prove me wrong and be like, nah, I'm actually the best. I just don't like to show off. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they're just giving it to him like, oh, if you die, yeah, I'll just pick it up. B-side, again, with the chance. Look at the money. It's not good. They have the chance to reset Imperial, but the same could be said for them. They lose this next round. They have next to nothing. They're all setting up over towards this B-site at the moment. Dreamer has the support from Bubble as well with the AWP, who is going to be just watching like a hawk towards that upper position of the map. He will be coming in now. Dreamer left completely blind, smoked out of position. They're going to go running through it. Spot comes in from Mouse. He takes his time, not missing that shot. And already it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade as the bomb goes down. Spy Leader looking to try and get back into this site. Spots out Hyper, jumps up, gets the kill on him as well. The aggression not working out, but look at Mihu. He's trying to run him, but the same can be said. He's achieved nothing. Mouse, he now needs to go huge. The only man on his team with a gun, and he's fallen within a second. And it's all on Ralan. Tech 9 versus the Wild. Hits the first shot. Actually takes down one more. Gets the second as well. Rarlan may just be there to do enough. Bubble comes running around, and Rarlan now clutches it. 1 versus 3. Tech 9 is enough in this situation, and we were there thinking maybe Mouse should have dropped it. No, it's fine, because Rarlan can use the Tech 9. Oh my god. What is this game? The CT side actually going to save? I'm almost in shock. What is a save? Fact is, the buy's not even going to be that good in the next round. 1900 added in will give them max just over 4k. AK and... oh no, sorry. M4 and Kevlar, that's 3750. Doesn't really leave you much for utility. Me who's just leading the charge. He doesn't want anybody dying. He's like, guys, look, I don't want anyone to die in this round. We want to keep all our money, so I'll go first. I'll do all the damage, and you just clean up at the end. And it works reasonably well. He goes down. 30... excuse me, Mr. Mihu. Mihu's sat there right now. He's got his little Dora the Explorer backpack. It's got the map, and then it's got the 4 little heads sticking out, and it's like, hey, I'm Hyper, I'm Spiro. We're being carried around. And he's like, come on, guys, let's explore the world. Aggressive push out. Nice start. Already 2 kills out from the CT side. Can it be a third? Rarlan looking to form. Mihu's just head in hands at the moment. I have to do everything myself. I'm kidding, of course. Don't find me. Unless you're going to find me on Twitter, then click follow. !caster. That'll do it. Sell out. But there we go. Mihu's gone as well. It's on to Rarlan. Support from Hyper with the AWP. And now, well, the in-game leader has to turn star fragger. And the question is it even worth it? No, he's just gonna throw the AWP away. It's like, nope, nope. If I'm gonna die, you can't have my gun. Oh, there you go. The save working out. The buy paying off even better. 14-14. How close is this game? How close is this game? This is map number 1 of a best-of-3 semi-final. It started with a streak of 5 rounds, then a ridiculous streak back, and since then, it's just been all up in the air. Nobody could predict the way that this game is going to go. 4 Spires come in. T-side, they've already lost their first player. The aggression seems to be the answer, but Mouse will be able to trade 1 and the second as well. Big time for him to step up. 4v3. Imperial's money, it's enough to buy something. Not anything particularly good, but something at least. Spiro's still on a pistol. The T-side would be even worse off if they were to lose this round. It really is in the balance at the moment. CT side have decided to gamble towards B. 2 players waiting. Spiro, you can see the temptation. This is almost like watching a horror movie, and you're just like, no, no, not that. No, don't open that door. Don't yell for help. Why would you yell? The guy will hear you. That's what this B side looks like right now. There's 2 people waiting there. Spiro may just be selling the fake, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Throws out the smoke, baits in another rotation. The push will come in from Rarlan. Moment. Nobody here. Rotation from Spy Leader, but Rarlan. The tap comes in. Head gone. The remaining 2 players have a decision to make. I think they should save. A 2v4 A-plant retake. I don't believe in it. Make sure you have a better buy in the next round. You got a few players who can get rifles. Bubble will be able to drop one. Shimeda will be able to drop one as well. Don't risk it. It's just not worth it. I wouldn't even be looking for exit frags here, because the best case scenario is, okay, maybe you reduce the nades a little bit. Just not worth it at all. You can see they're just going to fall into the bathrooms, hide together. Well, ish. You don't want to share a bathroom with another man, so he's going to give him some privacy. Go back into the kitchen and just wait. Here we go. They got 30 seconds. I'm like a bit of a weird compliment, Clubber, but I appreciate it. What do they do in this situation? Now, some of the aggression has worked out for them. In the last round, they actually get the first pick and then get greedy. That might be the problem for Imperial. Find that first pick, hold on to it. Sit back, relax. Thank you, Mila Chef. Appreciate it. Last ditch attempt. Imperial on their map choice. Overtime, or they head to cobble around or a map down. Such a close series, which really could have gone either way. Are we going to get to see a little bit more? Dreamer going to be the only man, but this is the quick push. The switch up from the T side. Mihu leading the charge again, and Mouse has already found one more. But Spy Leader, he's not letting go. He's got Shimeta for support. He finds another. A 2-for-2 trade. Mouse burning away will fall to Dreamer, and the CT side looking like they're going to be able to hold on. It's on to Rarlan once again. He has stepped up in the last few rounds. Can he finish this off for his team? He spots out Dreamer, but he's made enough noise that now they know where he is. The sneak's coming down the side of the train, and he may not see it in time. The peak comes out, and Spy Leader, he picks up 2 alongside Dreamer in this round, and that is OT. Now the money comes in. Now we get to see what they can offer with all of the pennies in their pockets. We've seen auto sniper attempts from Rarlan. I wonder if we'll see it when they switch over to the CT side. Bubble straight onto that AWP. The same for Spiro. Not going to pick up the head armor, but he's not expecting to miss. Save that little bit of extra cash. He's falling into a default. They've been pushed quite a bit in this game, so they're just going to try wait for somebody to push towards them. I like this setup from the CT side, though. Quite aggressive on one side, and then Dreamer all the way back, just holding for a retake. They're going to try and make sure nobody can get anywhere near A without losing the first man. The only position where I'm a little bit wary is over towards Ivy, because if they take Ivy control, these CT players pushed up are going to be in real trouble, and already there goes one. It will be a quick trade. Bubbles managed to spin around and take Mihu down. It's back to a 4v5. Mihu has actually been slowing down a little bit in the last few rounds. It's been Rarlan, the man to step up. T-side with 45 seconds left. They don't really look dedicated to either of these sites. We see a little bit of probing coming out from Mouse. Trying to find some info, but they are actually going to just throw in this smoke. And there goes Rarlan. Finds the first. Bubble looking to try and find a trade, but he's going to be left pushing into the action. 30 seconds left, and I'm not sure what's going on with the T's. They need to make their move, but there is Spiro. Finds the entry. Almost loses his life. Dreamer spraying away. He's doing so much damage, but hasn't managed to take anyone down. And look at Hyper. He's in those back lines. If he could just sneak around, this could be the play that changes the round. And Hyper steps up. 16-15. Now the CT side. Not going to have an AWP. Going back to rifles. Spiro will have his once again. Hyper really does have some really, intelligent plays. He's lower down the board, but a lot of the rounds that we see from him, the multi-frags, they're always so impactful. It's a pleasure to watch as well. Just intelligent play. Gonna need it. As said, rifles alone. If they lose this round, Imperial, they will only have pistols for the final. Although, there is a weird sort of stigma about this, where if you win the first two, for some reason, your head just explodes and you lose the third, no matter what you come up against. It's a weird one. We'll see if it happens. Obviously, Imperial would have to lose this round for that stat to even be possible. Victor up close once again. They are in a similar sort of format to what we saw previously, but this time, Spy Leader is watching the back, and that means they've gambled a second player over towards B. He's down to 40 seconds. They've been leaving things to the last second, and there is still Molotov as well to be thrown out over towards Ivy. That should slow them down a little bit. Mihu going to go running through the smoke, and he's caught out by Victor. Down to 25 seconds, and they're being picked apart. That's the bomb down. That's the round done, and flawless turnaround from Imperial. We will not get to see if it's possible to win with pistols, because they are going to shut them down with the rifles. Once again, Spy will be in. Rallen actually picking up the AWP in this situation, so Spiro maybe not feeling it. Not down to spawn or anything, so it's literally just they have two prominent AWPers in this team. He was the AWPer in his old roster. Along with Furlan, who, well, sadly departed from the Kinguin roster. Peek out. Shimeda starts things off, manages to burst. There's no trade available as of yet. A lot of damage being done to the remaining Kinguin players. Mihu going to go pushing Hyper to find one, but it still just trades back and forwards. This time, they've got loads of time to play with. Not worrying about running out on the clock. Round grinds to a halt. Rallen playing patiently, looking to try and find a pick. Can't spot anything as of yet. Smokes begin to fade. They are picking up a little bit more utility as they walk around. Hype has managed to get another smoke, which he can use for this Ivy position. Molotov just trying to clear out a few angles, but look at Spy Leader. He's going ballsy, the Stewie play, as he peeks through the smoke and finds himself two. Now Spiro, the man who's been a bit quiet, left alone and loses. 17-16, only the first round going the way of Kinguin. Now Imperial, they move on to the T side. We'll see if they can do what they did in the previous, where they were very impressive. 37 kills now for Mihu. He has slowed down a little bit, but he's still there. Still on that board. Rallen looking to join him. Looks like he's got quite a few bomb plants if you look at the point distribution. 9 less kills. Oh, sorry. 11 less kills if I can do very, very basic maths. Only 4 less points. It's just a point of notice. Well, let's see what's brought up. Rallen? Rallen, what are you going for, buddy? What are you going for? Of course, he's the last... Oh. That's just boring. Expecting an auto sniper. No fun. No fun, Rallen. No fun. Maybe next round. 17-16. 2 needed for Imperial. All 3 needed for Kinguin to take this in this overtime. He's once again gonna take over this upper control. Something they've been pretty much freely given all the way through their T side. Imperial, you have to remember, they lost the first 5 rounds and managed to get a 9-6 half. Their buy rounds on this T side were very impressive. Did come up against a few sketchy 4 spies from Kinguin, but let's move past that and see what they can do now they have money. T side going to execute towards B. Hyper's going to be the man close. Spots out the first, hits the shot, spins around, gets Victor as well. The bomb going to go moving onto the site. And it will be Dreamer to find one back, but this CT side looking to hold on strong. Peek out from Shimeda, not going to find anything. Will be able to trade onto Hyper. Back to a 2 versus 3. Looking more possible. Peek from Dreamer nets another. But it's me who back in. Back to a 2v1. Shimeda, not normally the Clutchmeister. Not normally the man you watch in these sort of situations, but maybe, just maybe, he can bring his team to map point. Make any noise as he drops down. He's picked up the bomb. Trying to clear these angles. Knows where one of the players is. Spiro. Ooh, the timing. Just going to get away from me. He's going to go straight for the bomb plant. I don't think Spiro actually knows where he is, but it doesn't matter. He peeks out, takes him down. We're going to even things up, and now both teams need 2 rounds to be the victors. Still no auto sniper. We are going to once again see just this upper B portion of the map completely taken. Hyper going to be up close once again. A little bit closer than last time. Is there a link to stream bonus? It's streambonus.com. That's all you need. Garland going to be up top. Push going to be coming in. They're going to do a little bit of damage, but he's left in the open already.